Yay!
Hello. Yes, so these are the recent pickups. So all of what you're about to see cost no more than £2. They just wanted to clear them. The person who I bought these off from Marketplace, local Marketplace in Swindon, and they sort of said, you know, it'll cost me more to get somebody to take them away, so I just want to sell them really cheap. So £2 for a good fair amount of books, really. Very random, I have to say. These ones are all going to be to sell on my eBay shop, the Stufforium. There will be a link in the description if you want to see if any of these books are still available at the time of watching this video. So yeah, let's see what we've got. So we've got Robert Louis Stevenson's classic book Treasure Island. Now Treasure Island is still one of my favourite stories, and it's something that kick-started my love for pirate adventures, as in reading about pirate adventures, not as in going on them, you know. Haven't been doing that. But yeah, this is a really nice cover, and this is one I have in my own collection as well. And yeah, it's a Penguin edition, and yeah, Penguin Classics, and yeah, really like the cover there. I think that will probably sell. For any Treasure Island fan there. So, this is called X Marks a Spot, an addictive private detective series in the heart of Devon. To be honest, I'm going to look out for this myself to read. Seems interesting. Seems like the type of thing I would like. Who was the author? Susie Bussell. 2024. Wow, it's very new. Very new book. Like a detective novel, so I'm going to look out for that, as I say. I don't know why this table's wobbling so much today. Sorry about that if it's a bit disorientating. Right, so Lee Child's Running Blind. I like the cover on this one. This is one I own myself, and it's a more recent release of Running Blind by Lee Child, before, of course, Andrew Child, his brother, started working on the series with him. They're always popular, Lee Child books. They will sell. You won't get a great deal of money for them, but you can either bundle them up and sell a few, or just get a little bit on each one. Unless, of course, you've got like a first edition or a signed copy, then it probably will sell for quite a bit. Clive Cussler and Robin Bursell, Pirate. Now, I haven't read any of Clive Cussler's books where he's wrote them with someone else. I know that he did that a lot in his later years, a bit like James Patterson now does. And to be honest, if you look at authors, all the big authors throughout the years, it's a common thing that happened with a lot of them. They started to write with another author in their later years, maybe where they're sort of wanting to wind down on their writing and work with someone else, or, and this is quite cynical, but possibly they're just putting their name to it and actually they did none of the writing. I can't say either way. I'm just pointing out that is a possibility. Right, so this one is, I can't even see the date. What's the date? I literally cannot see the date. Oh, 2017. Yeah. It might be good. It's called Pirate, and I do like reading about pirates, as I just said, so I might look out for that myself and give it a go. I think I've seen that one in the shops and did wonder about it. Now, we have a selection of what I believe is now typically called spicy fiction, or is that when it's a bit more extreme rather than gentle romance? I think these are quite a gentle romance. Anyway, this is called St. Thomas Eve, and it's some kind of romantic novel. Yeah, so not my genre, but they sell well. They are popular. I have a few more along that theme as well. Actually, I thought there was another one, but I've got some Mills and Boons. Now, Mills and Boons I used to see always at the charity shops. I haven't seen them for ages. But these ones are interesting because some of them are quite old. I think two of them were 1980s and one of them was 60 something, like 62 or 63. I have seen online on eBay there are a couple of Mills and Boons books that actually there's a few that can go for 100 plus, just because for some reason they're particularly sought after. These ones aren't such things, and to be honest, your standard Mills and Boons won't go for a lot. However, what I would recommend doing, and a lot of other people do, is to bundle them up, and then you'll get a bit of money for them. For somebody who wants their Mills and Boons hit, that can be a good buy. And these ones say collector's edition. Such dark magic, this one's called. He's like, darling, keep still, you got something on your face. Let me get off for you, or something like that. Yeah, so certainly not my genre, but if you are into your romance, Mills and Boons are classics. They all have different authors, and yeah, it's a really long running series. I think it still goes to this day, to be honest. Not 100% sure on that, but I think it does. Jack Higgins, A Darker Place. Now, Jack Higgins, it's the legend Jack Higgins, should I say, is on my to-read list. So, Jack Higgins is I don't know actually too much about what the writing is, but I know it's some kind of, I believe, adventure action. This one's 2009, that Jack Higgins writes. Yeah, I like that cover. Yeah, on my to-do list to read myself, but for now that is to be sold. I mean, this one, very randomly put in, I won't even go into it, but 2016, so it was before the second run, and yeah, what can you say? Well, history have a lot to say about him, that's for sure. It won't be good. Yes, now we have Stephen Lever. I actually found something interesting now about him. He wrote for London's Burning. Been rewatching that particular show, and I noticed it said written by Stephen Lever on some episodes, and thought, is it the one, the famous book author? And it is. I've never read any of his books, but they do sound quite interesting, some of them. I believe they're very popular, although Jack Higgins was quoted in the top rank of thriller writers. I do like thrillers, so I may give him a go. This table is wobbling too much today. It's got excited about all the books on it, you see. Right, Rebel of the Sands. This, again, has a lovely cover, very nice cover. It sounds really interesting, to be fair. It's a YA fantasy novel. I think it would probably sell well. 2016. Yeah, it looks interesting. Recognise that as the Waterstones logo. That one's meant to be one I'm keeping, so I've just taken that one out. It got mixed up with the reselling section. Stuart McBride, The Coffin Maker's Garden. I've heard very good things about Stuart McBride. I've never read one. It's got a quote from Peter Robertson, whose books I love. Yeah, I think it's another author that I will look out for myself. And when I've been looking for books to sell on my eBay store, I often think, oh, I'd like to read that myself. So it's a good way of kind of discovering new books. Sophie Hannah, Little Face. Now this, to be honest, sounded pretty interesting. Kind of very close to thinking about reading it. Maybe another time I will. Yeah, it's basically about this person's husband is meant to be looking after their 2-week-old daughter. While the wife goes out, she comes back, and the 2-week-old daughter's been replaced with another baby, and but her husband is acting as if nothing has happened at all. Sounds like an interesting concept, actually. Of course, this is a very interesting vintage book. 1972. Looks older just because it started to wear a bit. Yeah, this is just about. This is non-fiction. Oh, look, UK 20p. Yeah, it's about strange and quirky things that have happened, really. Hoaxes and swindles. I like reading that kind of thing. That looks like a foot from Monty Python. Sort of style it's got. Oh, this is the other romantic one. I knew there was another one somewhere. Margaret Moore, In the King's Service. This is like historical romance, I guess. They say he can seduce any woman into bed. And now Sir Bled Morgan has turned his comfortable charm on Lady Becca Throckton. She believes she will never make the perfect bride yet. This Welsh warrior makes her feel desired for the very first time. Sir Bladil can ill afford a dalliance on this secret mission for his king, but nevertheless Lady Becca inspires a fire in him which cannot be extinguished, and after a scorching kiss, Vlad is surprised to find their passion has the feel of forever, blah, blah, blah. That sounds like something that I would never want to read, but I really hope somebody else wants to read it, because, I get money from it, essentially. And not to take anything away from anyone who likes this kind of thing. Yeah, there's obviously a market for it, and that is good. As long as someone likes it, that's the important thing. So now we have Simon Koenig and the final minute. Got a quote from Lee Child. This is another author on my to-read list. So I've been selling them for a while now, and they tend to sell quite quickly. So I just thought I will get a few more. Well, it was included in the pickup anyway, which was good. Peter James, Dead at First Sight. I remember reading this one. I remember it being very good. One of the earlier ones, I think. Another quote from Lee Child. She's literally getting everywhere today. 2019. Oh no, not the early ones. Dead at First Sight. Highly recommend that one if you like your thrills. And then this one, I didn't notice, has a slight brown mark on it. This is Mean Streets, a Chicago caper. I've actually got a copy of this myself. It sounds an interesting pulp crime novel, actually. Yeah, so I'm going to give that a read. I obviously mentioned that it's got a little mark when I put it to sell. And lastly, salmon fishing in the Yemen. They made a film of this. That's the one thing I know about that. I can't remember who was in it, but that was a thing. $1.99 from Oxfam. Yeah, it's a award-winning book, and yeah, we'll see if it sells well. But I thought it'd be something a bit different to add to my catalogue of books. Trying to cross a lot of different genres and offer as much choice as I can. And that is it. A nice little pick up there. And remember that only cost £2, so it's not going to be too difficult to make some money on that.
Yeah!